Good morning friends, this is Kartik Mandani and today I am going to do my web technology lab number 5. So in this experiment, the aim of the experiment to use JavaScript elements and events. So in this experiment particularly, as you can see, we have to do basically 5 functions. We have to do basically 6 functions. So in the first one we have to give a sentence and we have to take out the longest word, then the BMI calculator, then a flow garden, then a weight initiator which will convert the kilograms to pounds, then a coil flip and a pizza order form. So this was the experiment to design all these 6 functions and included in a web page. So this is the GUI which I have designed. So in this, firstly I will show you the main coding of this page. So here we come. So here it is. Yeah. So first the meta name, this is for the viewport for different responsiveness. Then we have this CSS style for giving a style, border margin and white color. As you can see, we have given white color for the strips. So we have created a division and we have done like that. Now as we can see, we have 6 things, so we will give 6 options. The first option will be find the longest string, and then on button click we will run that particular function which I have defined in a different file. And then BMI, so this will be the particular link which will be activated when I click on the button BMI calculator. Same with the flow garden, the weight initiator, the point clip and the pizza order. This particular page it will reach when I click to the particular button. So this was the particular first page which I have designed, and this was the first page which I have designed. Now I'll show you the design of the first page. So as you can see, yeah, this is the first page. So the 6 things are there: find the longest string, BMI calculator, flow garden, weight initiator, point flip, pizza order form, with the same coding which I showed you in the index.html page. Now the first module of this experiment I will come. This is to find the longest string. So if I type a particular sentence, my name is Kartik. So in this we can see that Kartik is the longest string we have. So I will click OK, the string is entered. So now it will tell me the longest string is Kartik. So for this I will tell you how I have done this. So for this, as you can see, we are on clicking, we are reaching to a particular page a.html. So in this first I am creating a variable or string and using prompt box. So enter your string. The prompt box will come with the text box and an alert form. So then I am splitting the strings wherever there is a space. So my will be splitted and there is a space. As there is a space, then name will be splitted with Kartik, as there is a space in between. So with this particular thing, the splitting will happen. Then I will first assume that my is the longest string, so I will take array of 0 and store my in that. So will assume that it is the strongest string. Then I will run a for loop, and where I equals to 1 and I is less than or equal to array.length. Initially array.length is 2. Then when this loop will run, there will be a comparison that array of I, that it is for the first word my dot length is greater than longest dot length. So this is the longest, and array I means the first, which is my, and the longest also 2. So it will compare. Then it will go to name. It will see, okay, now 4 is greater than 2, so the longest now will be 4. Then Kartik, it is 6, so 6 will be greater than 4, though the longest string is 6, so it will display that particular string as I have stored longest here. So this will alert will show the other prompt box and the longest string will come. So this was my first coding to find out the longest string in a particular sentence. Now as you can see in the later part of the experiment, we have given the BMI calculator. So in this you will type your weight and your height in meters. So I'm giving it 68 and get BMI. So it will tell your BMI is this and your underweight, overweight according to the experiment in which we got this. If underweight is less than 18, normal, and particular formula is there for BMI, as we can see. So using this formula as in the coding, so as we can see this BMI, yeah. So you can see this particular is to give the design which I have given here, div tag and then the BR tag. So this is particular get BMI. So on click get BMI, the particular calculate function will load, and now in the script I will tell you what this calculate function is all about. Now in this calculate function, first we are entering the value in text format. So we'll use parse float to convert that text into a float value. So now that text value will be converted into a float value. So get element by ID by height and then weight. So by height and weight we will get the height and weight, we will get the value using this get element by ID. Now to calculate BMI, we will write where BMI is equals to weight. This is the formula. We will calculate the BMI, and now we will have 4 conditions. Now in these 4 conditions, as it is given in the experiment, if BMI is less than 18, it will it will run this particular statement is document.get element by ID type. So this will tell me what is the value. So if the value is less than 18, it will print it is underweight, otherwise normal, otherwise it is greater than 25 normal, less than 30, less than 25 normal, less than 30 overweight, and less than greater than or equal to 30 obese. So this was a particular coding which I did for calculating the BMI. So after this, the further part of the experiment, as you can see, flower garden. So in this particular part is all about if you write 2 as rows and 3 as columns and say plant a garden. So 2 rows and 3 columns will be generated, and a particular image of flowers or any one which I have given in the experiment through random generation. The random function which I have applied, which I will show you in the particular coding of this page, which will come, and this particular experiment will be done. So in this, as you can see, the flower garden. So this is for the heading flower garden, in the background color, and then the rows and the columns. Then on click the grow function, so grow function will run. So this is function of the grow. So in this, what we have done, we have taken an array and we have stored 5 images in this. So particularly I am taking 5 images. Just now I showed you only 1 image. So if you type another, so this will be a random allocation. Any 5 other images can come. So where row. Now we are converting that particular text into parsing. So we are parsing. Same for row and column. Now this is mat dot. Now this is the particular function main code which I am using. So in this, var number is equal to mat dot floor and mat dot random. So mat dot floor is basically rounding of the if I am entering a decimal value, it will be rounded off to the lower part. If it is 4.5, it will be done to 4. If 4.7, it will be done to 4. So it will be rounded to the lowest integer. So that is why mat dot floor, and mat dot random is for randomly generating any 4 particular images out of this. The into 4 plus 0. Then for the rows and columns, if the row whatever I have entered, that particular row, and then that particular column I will get, and I will add the image which I have to enter. Then the BR tag to that, so that after a particular row it comes to a next another row. So this is the for loop, and there is the inner for loop, and this is the outer for loop here. So with this I have completed this third part of my experiment. So flower garden. Now the weight initiator. Now this particular weight initiator is to calculate to basically calculate kg to lb and pounds and lb to kg. So if I say 65 kg to LB. If you calculate, it will come this much kg. So this was the another part. So in this I will show you how I have done this. So this is, yeah, in this, as you can see, this is the particular designing part in which I have select ID option given kg and LB. So this particular two option which I am giving now everywhere in a drop down, kg or LB. So there are two options. So on click a function will convert. So in the script I will run this function again. So in this function I will explain you what this function does is that where value parse float. So I am using parse float to convert that particular text into here. So here I have then taken the concept of index. So firstly I am taking for the first one, as you can see, kg. So here kg is 0 index and LB is 1 index, and here LB is 0 index and kg is 1 index. So it's vice versa both the ways, from and convert dash to dash. So where index, so for I have given from, and then for this to this, so selected index. Then what I am doing is, then I am comparing if index is equal to 0 and 1. So it means that for, as you can see, I have given index here kg as 0, and the later part I have given index kg as 1. So if both are same, there is no point to calculate. So if it is 0, here it is 0 and here it is 1, it will be same. And if here it is 1 and here it is 0, it has to be the same. So therefore, if index is equal to 0 and 2 is equal to 1, and or index is equal to 1 and 2 is equal to 0, the answer will be the same. Now if index is 0 and 2 is also 0, means now kg to LB. So this is a particular calculation which will be do, and then that particular data will be presented. Same the other ways, it's LB to kg. So this is how we will do the coding, and the conversion part will be finished. Now point flip. Now in this particular question, the question was that to flip a coin and get the image. Now here you can see the head is 1. Now again flip, now I get a tail, so the tail will be 1. Now again I flip, then it's again tail, so tail will be 2. Again I flip, it's tail, again it will be 3. Again I flip, now it is heads, so the count will be 2. The same way, again tail, so 4. So this is a random function which I am generating, as I used random function in the previous plant garden also. Now the same way I will be using this in the flip coin concept as well. So as you can see, I have used this random function. So here it is, the flip coin. Yeah, sorry, this is the flip coin. Yeah, this is the flip point. So button ID flip, on click flip, the flip function will run. So there is the flip function. So I have added two images in an array, head and tail. Then again I am using the same concept, matter float. It is a float value, it will convert to the lowest integer, and as there are only two possibilities, I will multiplying it 2 plus 0. So document dot get element by ID coin. So I will get the ID by coin. So I have defined the ID coin here. So I will get the what value is there, and then I will display the particular image source here. So now I will this is the whole logic behind the number of calculating the head and the tail. So what I am doing is, if number is equal to 0 and head is equal to n heads plus 1, and if it's tails, then tails equal to tails plus 1. So initially if head is equal to 0, so I will put 0. Now if head is equal to 1, now new head will be 1 plus 1. Now the value of the head will be stored again. So now head will be 2. Now again if head comes, 2 plus 1. So every time I am getting it, I am adding 1, and I am incrementing it by 1. So the count of the head will increase. Same way the count of the tail will increase on the base of the image if its zero index is head and the later this is tail. So this is the way I'm calculating the coin flip. And the last part of this experiment is to make a pizza order form. Yeah, the last part of it is to calculate the pizza order form. So this is the pizza order form, and in this, as you can see, we have 4 check boxes: small pizza, medium pizza. So if I take for this, do this, and for this, and I give it a tip of 20%, so I'll calculate order 3139.2. So as you can see in the question itself, we have to give a small pizza to rupees 100, a medium pizza to rupees 200, and a large pizza is 400, and we have to give a particular rate of tips. So this will be applied, and now here is the coding for this. So yeah, so this is particularly this to apply the particular style. As you can see, here is the style in the div 1. So here is the full coding for applying the style. So on click, yeah, on click calculate order, the particular function has to run, that is calculate. So here, yeah, this is the calculate function. So in this, if it is given in text, so we will convert again this into parse float, and if it is small, large, medium, accordingly. So here is the main calculation done. If the var amount, if it is small, then we will multiply it by 100, and if it is medium, number of medium into 200, number of large plus number of large into 400, then the particular whole amount will be added. And if it is a 10%, then 10%, 0.010. If it is 15%, we will again multiply by 0.15. Same way, the value of the tip will be added, whatever is checked. If it's checked 15, so it will take the value and it will add, calculate the tip given, and it will calculate the total amount. So as you can see, the total amount is calculated when I gave these particular inputs. So this was my experiment number 5, and to calculate, using JavaScript events and elements, I have to complete the whole experiment. So I completed the whole experiment, and thank you so much.